Good evening, folks. Oh, you can hear me on the phone over there. Oops, just gonna change that real quick. Tonight is going to be the continuation of watching the Bills play the game, where we're picking up from where we left off last night earlier at the kick.com/cast club, where NXT found themselves in a very unusual situation to win their game. So good stuff for them. I'm going to be joined by my buddy here, kick.com/cast club, otherwise known as Aiden, any moment now. But right now, just to get some context for this match, these are the the Nostalgia League tiebreakers, where these teams are going to be playing for just theater seating matches. So not the highest amount of stakes, but obviously, if you want to win, you want to win. That's just kind of the reality of the situation here. So we're just gonna see what's going on. The video should begin in about 4 minutes here. Right now, the team that Bills are playing is FC Detonate. I don't know what the FC stands for, but I know that Detonate, they have a real looking logo that kind of makes sense to me, I think. But we're gonna have to see how that goes down. So one thing that I think the team will have to figure out is the situation of putting their sub in. As we saw last night, Coat not around for the first playoff match, as he's currently enjoying a nice little vacation in California. So gonna have to be prepared for that at the moment. I know Arrow's a chill guy, so he'll probably be fine if they have to get the sub in. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I see the team there in the Discord server. They are preparing for this match. They are getting ready to go any moment now. So, besides that, not too much I know about FC Detonate. I'm just going to take a look at their team here for a sec here. But these guys are in Maine as well. They are the first team in playoffs at the moment. So, I actually don't think Bills played these guys at all. But they currently have won about a bunch of games in playoffs. They got a bye and then have won 3 after that, notably being Priority, who I think was also one of the top teams in open or in Maine over there. So, and then Buck Nasty and Squishies, Angels. So I'm sure those are all no slouches of opponents, but right now gonna have to just wait up and see if we can get Mr. Arrow to get the real IP when the veto happens, which it's going to start in about a minute and a half here. Just want to make sure we give all the shout outs here. The music you're currently listening to right now is by the lovely Henzoid. She is as Henzoid on all of the usual social medias, but probably find her on Blue Sky, find her on the x.com, sorry, twitter.com. I'm too corporate now. I've lived in a world where I had to use x.com, but her music is going to be in your ear for a moment of this game, but what's not going to be in your ear is hopefully the sound of the team you want to win losing, because that's something that you definitely don't want to experience. But in the meantime, we're just getting in. So, like I said, no matter what happens tonight, the Bills are going to be in Stage 2. They have secured that for themselves. Like I said, this is simply just for seeding purposes. Arrow just had a little bit of a mix up here with how the team groups are. So right now, the winner of this game will go on to play. Let me check the bracket real quick. The winner of this match will go on to play Overtake. So that could be a potential rematch for the Bills. Or it could be a just another low stakes match that they're just trying to have some chill time in. Just want to say they were supposed to play Team Villainous at some point, but that was forfeited by the Villainous. So just shows how little stakes are here in this match, and we are into the veto immediately. Immediately, a Denver server ban has gone out, and FC Detonate probably going to ban the Dallas server, so we will be playing on the Face It servers of Chicago. And we'll just see where the maps go here. Just taking a quick look-see here. Dust 2, Mirage, and Inferno seem to be the maps of choices for these teams. Bills having a slight advantage on Mirage and Inferno, but the Bills opened up with the nuke ban. That's what we expect here. FC Detonate's probably going to follow up with an overpass ban. It seems to be a bit of a perma for them, something that they don't enjoy playing. But they're going to take their time here because they will get a second ban after that. So it's going to be a question of, are they going to try and ban Dust 2, which is one of Bill's best maps, but also a map that they don't mind playing themselves. So 50-50 on there is going to be about whether the team's trying to play their own game or play to the strength of their team. But we're going to see an overpass ban out of Detonate here, so that's what I was expecting. Bill's probably going to follow up with either the Anubis or Ancient ban. Those are their next two lowest played maps. I'm going to assume Anubis because I know they did try their hand at Anubis in ESEA main playoffs last night. Didn't quite go so well for them, but you know, we don't need to talk about that at the very moment. But this is going to be a Mirage ban. That's very interesting out of the Bills here. They're banning one of their most played maps, but also given how the season is gone, we're not going to see a lot of. They haven't had many chances to show themselves on the map. And Denny going to respond with the Ancient ban here. That's what I expected. And I think Bills is going to try and put this between Inferno and Dust 2. That seems to be what you want to do for most of this. I mean, for this scenario, it's going to be something that I can see happening. But, you know, this is going to be one. I wonder, this might go on Raymer here, because Anubis gets banned. That's what we expected. And it's between Dust 2 and Inferno. I think, given the comfort levels of FC Detonate, this might just be a simple Dust 2 play. I think that plays well into how the Bills are playing tonight. Like I said, they will have a stand-in in Frisco. Frisco's just a chill guy, so shout out to him. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for the lineups to be finalized, we're just gonna give something nice here. Ooh, it's actually just real quick. It's Inferno. Ooh, I saw it was Inferno for a split second, but I think it went away, so I can't confirm that at the moment. So we'll have to see. And it looks like, oh, yep, there's Frisco. He has been swapped in for Coat. So there we go. Lineups are being finalized. So thank God. I think that is one of the admins in the league who was able to clutch up for us there. So like I said, Dust 2, and of course we are playing on Inferno. So bit of a middle ground map between these two teams. Not their most played, but maps like it's not definitely not their least played either. So this can be interesting because I think the Bills did play Inferno a little bit ago, and that is my co-caster for the night, Aiden, joining, otherwise known as kick.com/$classclub. Aiden, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Hello, hello, hello. I am doing excellent. I accidentally pulled the plug out of my power supply and then walked around for 10 minutes trying to figure out what happened to my computer because I knocked it out with my foot.
He just knew that like he wanted to make it like a legit broadcast, so he had to like call the tech issue like for the caster and the production side. Otherwise, it wouldn't be like a real cast, so, you know.
Dude, I literally did it last night, too, and I was like, God damn it, what the fuck happened? My computer just shut off all of a sudden. Like, the second I sat down, put my feet up, computer shut off. I was like, what?
Well, dude, you're having real production issues, like a real casting company would. But
real power issues.
Yeah. So, you know, just while I have you here, and while we're waiting for Mr. Arrow to give us the relay IP here, what do you think of this matchup? It went to Inferno. Bills actually were the ones who banned Mirage off early, but and it became a pickup between Detonate, so between Dust 2 and Inferno, and Detonate banned Dust 2.
Yeah. I mean, this is really interesting. This is against Detonate.
Yeah, FC Detonate.
So okay, so this is really interesting because Detonate is a good team. They are not the #1 team. I have not seen a lot out of Detonate, but also the last time I've seen Detonate play was Syracuse, and they got their ass beat by Voca. Now, Voca is obviously a different beast, so that doesn't really mean a lot, but at least here, it's a big question on where Detonate... Usually Detonate, I feel like, if they can feel the game out and they have a decent start, then they can kind of start chaining rounds together. Otherwise, it's going to be, I think, a slug.
Yeah. There's some two fun facts I want to share while we're getting to the server here. So first fun fact is playing on Detonate is Dupe or Ray, who, if everybody's watching knows the lore of like Tier 2 CS, he previously played on Team Mouse like way back in the day before we started casting them. So that's
there's it's like in with the new, out with the old, or like a type of fight.
Yeah. And also the other fun fact is you mentioned like they're not number 1. They're currently number 1. They're first to 4th in main right now, so they have not dropped a playoff match. They've won 3 in a row since playoffs started.
Okay, so this will be a real tell-all game, because recently with Bills getting knocked out of playoffs, if they do win this, I think that might potentially even open a bigger sting that is losing in playoffs.
Yeah, and it's not good if they win this. It's not even going to be an easy road either, because just wanted to note, if they win this, they're going to have to go back up against Detonate, who was in fact the number 1 team of the regular season, who Bills did lose to earlier in this very same bracket. So, you know, four team best of 3 double M brackets are very interesting. Because realistically, the only team that didn't get to play more than 1 match is in fact Team Mouse. But this will be interesting. Like I said, Inferno, kind of an interesting map. Bills were kind of exposed a little bit on the map when they played against, I forget who they played against yesterday, but their opponents that knocked them out kind of exposed their Inferno a little bit. They had some okay rounds, but a lot of it was kind of just like a tactical, not even, I wouldn't even say a tactical deficiency. It was like an aim deficiency. So Bills having a rare underperformances out of like their key players like Manila and Seal. So we'll see if that also carries through to tonight.
I do really like FC Detonate. I think they're the kind of team that we've seen get stuck around a bunch in this sort of, I don't know how you put it, main. I don't know if they've broken into advanced, but for a well-known team, I feel like they are teetering on that advanced main, so I think there's a lot of open questions.
Yeah, it's kind of like that thing I always think of when I see G2 players. Like whenever I look at the current G2 roster, you know, like the Mattis, like Sun Pius and like Contra, I'm always like, I feel like those guys should have like won more, but like they never do. So
yeah. It's almost like a tier 3 Mouse situation where it's like they're good, they're just not the best.
The only difference is that
so
I'm sure FC Detonate actually has fans unlike Team Mouse. So honestly, meant Team Mouse. Team Mouse also has fans. So you know, we're chill with those guys. Dylan
Mouse Sports though.
Yeah.
No one likes Mouse Sports.
My favorite meme is still Team Mouse, Team Mouse Sports could be playing against aliens for the fate of the Earth, and still people would be cheering against them.
Kerrigan lost another grand final, so I blocked Xertion.
Speaking of blocking people, I just want to note that according to Galaxy in the chat, but in the pre-match, Dallas was the server that was picked for this. So actually, a very surprising server pick coming out of FC Detonate. What do you think about that?
That is really interesting. Are more of these players? I wonder if these players are closer and they're looking to try and gain an advantage on ping. Like if you are, I guess it's like if you're in Missouri, all of your players are in Missouri, and you know your opponents are in New England, pick Dallas because you'll have a better connection, but it will fuck over your opponents.
True, mainly because now knowing that Manila and still are in Canada, that might be even bigger problem for them in the future. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still
the meta. Hold on real quick. The meta is to be located in the center of the U.S. and then pick the server that's farthest from your opponent.
True. That's we should do that. We should all move out to where like in the Midwest where Spaz lives, and we'll just force Dallas every time.
No, but it's like if you're in New England, we just force Denver. It's like fuck you, enjoy that shit.
Yeah. No, but look, if we all move to Texas, we could just force Dallas servers all day long, and what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
But just as we're scrolling through here, as we're waiting for the players to join, just want to say, you might not hear this, Aiden, but I know the audience will. Just gonna, in case for the people who didn't know that was me cracking open a can of San Pellegrino Chow. I have a lot left over from the LAN, Aiden. But I have like 2 boxes of peach and like 2 limes.
Oh damn!
That I've been working my way through. Speaking of San Pellegrino Chow, it's a nice little drink that you can have, carbonated seltzer type beverage. You know, let's say maybe like Aiden, how much soda would you say you drink every day?
I would say I drink next to none. I would drink a small amount.
Okay. Well,
I have like a shot glass of Coke every day.
Fair enough. Well,
that's about it.
If you want to take it in perspective, your average bottle of Coca-Cola contains about 150% of your daily recommended sugar. Now, let's say you said replace that bottle of Coke with a bottle of San Pellegrino Chow. This lime I'm holding here, 1 can, 330 milliliters, has 0% of your recommended added sugars and 0 grams of total sugar, and a whopping only 5 calories. Now, probably can't say that about Coke. But speaking of Coke, we are getting into the game. I don't know, that transition was the best one to use, I'm sure.
Speaking of Coke, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it because you're gonna get some hyped up action to get into this game. I just flipping. Hold on, director. Yeah, we're back on the director here, and the game is live. FC Detonate featuring the lineup of Tat M, Ziddy, Farrell, Karn, and Dupe. Please do not mispronounce Ziddy's name. Me and Aiden should not do that. That would be bad for our careers. But Bills, who are getting currently shanked like it's London, or no, they're shanking like it's London. Galaxy, Manil, Nick, Asil, and the wonderful stand-in Frisco have won the knife round and will probably start CT side.
So the other interesting fact is Tatum, who's on the other team, was a player for Fisher College.
Ooh.
And is now playing for FC Detonate. So there is some Fisher College alumni in the server, and definitely somebody who is very scary, but also, again, it's still FC Detonate, even though it's like if you put Zywo on FC Detonate, it's still FC Detonate.
Yeah, it's just where you can't exactly, like, you know, you can carry in Counter-Strike, but you can only carry so much. The rest of your team can't really help you, and Bills had to deliberate for 15 seconds over there. The CT side start. Maybe Raymer was getting some last words in before the game started. And we are live with the pistol round. And we're seeing a lot of util coming out of FC Detonate. That is smoke, flash, and molly. So, I don't know, 2 smokes, a flash, and a molly. So 2 players are going without armor here. What do you think of this buy here? Especially compared to the Bills, Aiden.
It's a good setup. It's a question of how they use their weapons. Putting 3 players over on B is a decent idea, especially dealing with those early pistols. I feel like there's going to be less of that. One of the really interesting things that we even see in a pistol round is what it was just thrown, that standard throwing top mid smoke that really has come back in the past few years since, well, really not even the past few years, past like 3 months. A real relic of 2014 Counter-Strike. So it's going to, putting 3 players over on B is dangerous, and that's kind of what's you're going to see play out here.
Manila going down early. That's a missed flash by Farrell, so we'll have to see if he makes up for it with a kill on a steal. He will, and now it is simply just Nick on the site with his 2 dually players rotating in. So technically, both teams both sell the same amount of guns coming to this retake here, just less players to use them. As now, whoa, this is a push. We're being aggressive on these plays, and that might actually get them killed. But unfortunately, it does actually pay off a bit as they do take out 2 of the remaining 3 Bills players. Now it's Galaxy alone, and he's got to worry about the players. He's getting juggled by Tatum here, being absolutely played with right now. And Ziddy chasing him around. The dualies are coming into play, and Galaxy gets clotheslined by Ziddy's dualies that he picked up from his teammates.
Yeah, a good round out of Bills. And also FC Detonate. I think it really comes down to that positioning, being out of position so hard and aggressively by having multiple players sitting on the B site. And then you can't really move your players towards A or into a position where you can take an attack like that opts out on you quickly. Basically meant that FC Detonate was kind of going to win that round by default off of a really good tactics.
Yeah, maybe some overzealousness by Manil and Asil, who both peek early into the play, both going down before Nick can really even support any of that. And you can see they're going for the normal conservative play here. Manil taking a lot of damage. His deal not quite able to be activated at the moment. But right now, the FC Detonate's actually pushing up to Banana here. It's going to be a test of Nick and Frisco to get it done here. Nick with his speed of 50. Things could get done as he's going to be walk right. He's going to play anti-flash, but Tatum here, he is ready for it. Mows him down on top of Frisco. So that is an open B site for FC Detonate.
So let me ask you this. I'm noticing Frisco is back in the server. He was in the server, I believe, last night.
Yeah.
And now he's in the server tonight. Where's Coat at?
He's currently in California. He was talking about he's he's already traveling. He might as well travel for the rest of his vacation time. So he will currently be in California until the end of the week, according to him.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
We'll give a chance for Frisco. It'd be really funny if like Frisco ends up playing enough of the stage matches. Oh, whoa, Dupe getting shot by his teammate, dude. That's armor you gotta rebuy, man. He's trying to. We got a little bit of imposter among us on this team. But it looks like Dupe's damage or will actually continue to play does go down. So maybe playing around a little too much, especially. Oh, Karn, gotta be careful there. That nade's gonna kill Manil. What is this martyrdom crap? I'm playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is not out yet, but as I was saying, it'd be funny if Frisco played enough VRS matches with the team in Nostalgia Stage 2 before Coat comes back, so the core gets registered with Frisco instead of Coat. But no, none of that business. But the Bills. I'm gonna say the Bills have to make it there. They're already in. This is just seeding matches, but still want to win these as always. Looks like a lot of playing banana. Nick just running for it, pushing down. They're gonna take so much space. Ziddy and Tatum are already down low here, and Galaxy gonna get Dupe down low. So a lot of early damage exchange. A lot of smoke shooting. If they had night vision goggles, Stomach will be dead right now, I'm sure. Still taking some early contact, and Neil gonna get traded out by Farrell after Tatum goes down. That nade could do a little damage to a seal. Actually kills him, so it actually exposes the entire A site. So Manil and a seal, they get one and put so many players down so low, but now FC Detonate has an empty A site, and I don't think they realize that at the moment, but that modus going out means this play will end. They're calling up lane right now, and Bills are going to put them into a 3v4 retake.
Slowly creeping into the A site.
Whoa.
With a little bit of control. Frisco fires prematurely, which gives a little bit of information to FC Detonate. But this motor smoke is going to block them out, and it's going to basically force them into a potential save, a forced save. An additional motor smoke means that the bomb is covered for another 20 more seconds. And with a near 10-second defuse, actually, yeah, it does appear there's no kits at all on the CT side of Bills. It will be a save. It will be FC Detonate taking a third.
Yeah, it's a kind of a tragedy that there's so much damage done, but Bills don't really have a way in, and no kit means that they're simply going to opt to save here, keep the guns up. I wonder if Frisco hit like this, I wonder if Frisco hit the side of his keyboard there and like just clicked. That happens to be sometimes. That's why I hold my mouse very far away from my keyboard.
I've done that too a lot on my main setup. I have a full keyboard with the numpad, and so it stretches out a little bit onto my mouse pad. So sometimes I'll accidentally hit it if I go for too big of a flick, or a flick after a flick, and it's like, oh, just mashed my hand.
I was gonna share that. There are a lot of players at the LAN who run full-size keyboards, especially on some of
really?
The real teams. Yeah, I don't remember any specific names, but I was like, a lot of them, and that's a missed athlete, just in case you saw that in the mini map there. But Ziddy getting dinked early by I think that was Nick with the M4. So a good start. Seal is the Max 7. Just want to point that out too. He's playing close with Galaxy in long haul. So if FCA goes A, this could be a bad news for them. But it looks like they're gonna try and pressure on this B site here. Frisco, the solo hold, and Karn gonna get walked into, and it's gonna get a seal down to 1, and now Karn is at 30 HP. A seal might as well have been using a scout there with the amount of damage he did with that one shot. For real.
Is it Springy, or is that a Sharpie cosplay or a Springy cosplay? I think it's a Sharpie cosplay, right? Yeah. Sharpie was the one who was buying the Mag 7s on Inferno.
Yeah.
But the site now is going to be tested by some Molotovs and utility that comes in. Nick adjusts off its position, puts his head up, and Frisco goes wide for a kill, but he can't seem to confirm it. Ziddy pushing to the site, and Farrell's going to get the bomb down. It will just be Bills hunkering down and waiting for the reinforcements to arrive.
Oh, what a shot to the smoke. Nick trying to deny the plant, but doesn't get anything done. And once again, we're in an interesting situation where two players on NSTLGA are kind of low here, but the Bills, once again, without a kit and without really a way into this site, the 3v4 retake only works against Team Falcons, as it looks like the Bills are going to opt to save here. Manil and the Seal with their low-buy guns. Arch going to try and be a little cheeky here. Actually, where does that dink come from? So Pharaoh's down to low, so he's actually going to want to leave the bomb site early. And right now, Manil here has a chance to mess him up a little bit. He will get to finish off Ziddy, and he hit a second on Chatham, so a lot of economic damage struck early in the round. And Seal can kind of spot to ruin this a little bit more if he wants to, but I don't think he will.
The economy damage is really important in a round like this. With 3 people getting killed, there's 2 people that have been severely wounded, so they will rebuy their armor. It's about a several $1,000 investment into this round, which is really, really solid for Bills to be able to get their way back into the game. A 4-0 lead is not done and dusted, and with FC Detonating have enough money basically to buy into the next and then the round after, barring that it's not tragic.
I still have enough money by an M4, but he's on the Max 7 again, so he's doing the same setup with Galaxy, except this time Galaxy is an op, so this is like the most like playing long hauls with the long range gun and the short range gun. So Karn misses that. Will Karn fall for the Max 7? And he will actually and then what's going on in top mid here? But he's looking to double kill the screen on the smoke flow open, and Galaxy gets one more for himself. So around a game so far that looked very much in the hands of FC Detonate. Bills look to take their first.
It's a really good hat trick over in Halls to be able to pull that play of faking out the op shot and have your Mag 7 approach closely and get knocked out. But over here on along it's City in a 1v3, and he will just get cleaned up quickly by Nick. It's the first round for Bills on the board.
It's a fun little mix-up because normally you expect a rifler there, but the shotgun just you swing right into it and get owned. So well done by Bills. Still, thankfully, not going to be on the Max 7 again. Maybe he should use the Max 7. Still, I don't know. I bet surely he's not going to go for the Max 7 again. But it looks like we're going through a pretty normal setup for the Bills here. A Galaxy on his op, and now the Algerian brothers got the actual rifles around now. But it looks like the Bills are going to keep bottom mid in control. Then City takes a little bit of damage on the 75. Very relevant as there are M4s live on the Bills side, and it looks like they're going to go for some late banana pressure as Karn lurks up to long haul. That nade perfectly timed again. He gets a little more damage. So nice little poke damage coming out by the Bills here. They're using their barbed spikes on their back little paddle feet there. I should know more about paddle biology. I kind of messed up here, but Karn not messing up this utility swing. Galaxy taking a little bit of damage. That nade, he's being chased him down. Luckily to get away with his life, he's down to 36 HP. So a lot of pressure put on both sides of the map. Have kept all the Bills players on their sites. And it looks like FC Detonate's gonna. Whoa, Frisco with another misfire. Maybe a bit more than a mouse issue. But right now, FC Detonate poised to execute onto this B site.
Taking their time is FC Detonate. They don't want to go just yet. And it's given enough time for this op to rotate over. Galaxy in position, but at the same time, Isil gets a pick. And as FC Detonate back off the B site, it's given it a little bit of an opening to try and retreat towards A. Quick rotate back. Farrell comes up mid, gets a kill. A site wounded, open. Manil has to close it. He's gotten 1 kill. Tries to wall off the site, sprays again, but cannot confirm it. It will be a 3v3 retake.
Yeah, and Archblade is known and not cleared his City. He will take down 2, and that goes from a 3v3 retake into a 1v3 save out of Frisco, unless he's him, but we have not seen him be him yet. In fact, his gun has misfired 2 times out of this game, so maybe he's got to take a tech timer to charge his mouse or something. Don't know how that's happening, but this seems pretty locked up for FC Detonate.
He doesn't have good trigger discipline.
Yeah, his character's like drinking too much caffeine. He's like shaking without putting his gun finger.
Or alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Or alcohol. He's Russian. He is a Russian player.
Frisco's not Russian.
Oh, Frisco. Right. I was thinking Nick. For some reason, I was thinking Nick.
Yeah. Dude.
Frisco is probably on Adderall or something.
Honestly, yeah, that's the only explanation. No other reason.
It's the only reasonable explanation.
Yeah, but fortunately the Bills do have money to buy back into this round. You can see Galaxy has picked up the op once again, but they're going to need to find a better solution because Detonate won't just randomly walk into your Max 7 op set up in long haul every round here, so going to have to see if they got something tricky for us in this round.
It's another 3-player setup for the Bills as well, which not a bad decision, but FC Detonate has been doing a great job to just keep pressure on that A fight. Oh, and this is a potential massacre. It is Dupe and Zitty. God, that name.
Right, it's hard. You
to
have to
be
think
able
about it when you say it, yeah.
I do. I'm just calling him Diddy. No, I'm not.
No, whoa.
But with Galaxy posted with the op, there is at least something that can hold back the FC Detonate. 4 players that have grouped up. Vanille has gotten some information, has not confirmed the kill. Each player is isolated with a player in Mexico. Galaxy throws the smoke back off. Need to break open it as well. Might be able to find a pick. He does miss. Uncharacteristic, but it is crucial. Almost dies on the spray on the fadeaway. Flank comes in on Charm. He's quick with the kill. It just leaves Galaxy alone.
And it's going to be him finished off by Zitty. FC Detonate claiming another gun round, and the Bills are in danger of being sent back to the doldrums economically wise. Almost another mini 2008 going on for their money right now. They don't have a lot of it. You can see Nick feeling the effects of it. He's downgraded from his 2-room apartment M4 into a studio apartment in the first floor MP9. Actually, he's going to refund that. Maybe he's like juggling his finances a bit, but Bill's taking attack time out here. Raymer getting on the mic here to maybe try and stop this before it gets way more out of hand than it already has been. But right now it feels like FC Detonate kind of has the Bills number on their CT side.
So you said there's another BO1 tonight?
Yeah, so after this BO1, whoever wins this is going to play Overtake for the lower bracket final.
Okay, but no one is being eliminated from this match.
Yeah, this is purely a tiebreaker group that Arrow made just to like make sure that I don't know, some seeding thing for stage 2 basically, because
He just didn't want to do it off of round differential or something.
I don't know how he did it, but basically these 4 teams were the winners of their groups, so essentially this is to determine, I guess, how they're gonna get put into the bracket. So I guess it was, yeah, no, I don't know why it worked like that.
It was crazy. It was like a 10-way tie, all the same round differential.
Dude, I feel like that's kind of the only reason why he made the group, because like this is kind of scuffed, because like it literally is like a bespoke FACEIT tournament with these 4 teams in a double elimination bracket. So I don't know. It's more interesting that's a double elimination bracket. But one thing is play. First gets blinded. Someone gets a kill, and it's gonna be Feral instead picking up the slack with Zitty to trade, and that is almost a successful hold. 2 FC Dead players go down, and Zitty is low, but right now it's on Nick and Asil who got to pick this one back up. You can see Bills are trying to do something different here. They put Frisco on Balk compared to Asil, who maybe not having much success here, but now he's going to have to find some success for himself if he wants to win this retake here. That smoke to give him some space, blocking Dupe off with the op, but he's got a nasty little boost above it, and will miss, but Steel does get to push up a little bit, but Tatum here has a great angle to deny this play. Unfortunately, that will be the end of that. Nick with an MP9 can cause a little bit of damage here. He will get the dink, but not the kill, and that's actually going to make this a little bit interesting for the FC Dead players. So they'll have to get out of the site where the bomb blows up, and they're all going to try and get out to the CT, but I think some of them might actually go down to the bomb here. It's going to be actually really close. Whoever is ahead, Zitty might get off, but actually like Zupa dies, so notably no op for FC Detonate. Oh, well, they have money, but the op does go down.
It's still good money taken out of the hands. That's 4,750 removed from the hands of FC Detonate. But with a streak this long and the amount of rounds left in the match, it might not mean that FC Detonate is going to feel the effects of their economy drying up. It really does, though. Look on the other side. It looks like Bill's invested in Enron, as most of them are fucking broke.
Yeah, not only really living through the 2008 crisis, they all invested in Enron like right after. So it's not great for them. But Neil is trying to make his penny stocks rise here with a swing to the smoke, getting kill on Duke. That's a great value return on that ROI. He's gonna blow up the smoke and see 2 more players, and Nick just puts it down. Not able to keep the kill on Zitty. Zitty's very low, and he's gonna flash try and get himself out of this position, and the seal to trade. So Bills actually get some nice early picks here.
Such a crucial play, but you don't want to give it up immediately if the player on the Bills' side overextends. They are disconnected. The only connection is over in halls. And the FC Detonate players are grouping up, so they have the control, but you got to be really careful. Asil might make a premature walk. He is holding the angle, but if Farrell gets this shot, the B site is completely wide open.
It's kind of an off angle, so maybe he won't be ready for it, especially as they're going to get into the executes here. But he's got Galaxy rotating already, so We'll have to see if a seal can at least tee up the play for his operator. You think he's going to shoot a little bit and fall away. That molly missed. Now missed. That's going to make a seal have to move. He's going to dive to the molly. He actually does dive to the molly. Galaxy smoked off. Can't help him out at all. And now we're suddenly active with a 3-on-3 retake.
Very dicey. Tatum will get that bomb down because Galaxy is lurking on the other side. Misses the shot through the smoke with the op. And he's volleyed off in return, forcing him to fall back. And with smokes over at CT, the CT players are completely walled off, but it's Frisco who's worked his way up Banana. Manil gets dropped. The op shot does connect. He's traded out by Tatum. A 1v2. He's gotten one. Frisco smokes the bomb. Potential to get the defuse in. Taps it. Sticks it. Doesn't. Gets it off at the last moment, but the bait isn't taken. Tatum's taking his time over in Church. The hesitation's there. He picks up a kit. He goes back to the bomb. Sticks it. Holds it. Frisco runs. Oh, just barely. He's knifed. FC Detonate. Steal this last second. Almost getting that ninja off, but he will go down to the bomb. Just a consolation prize as Bills feel bruised and battered off of a brutal round.
Yeah, even getting all the kills there is not going to feel great because, like you said, the streak of FC Detonate is so good now that they have so much money, and they're going to call another tack timeout here. I'm going to point out, despite that one round that they sneaked in there on that sloppy execute FC Detonate, it is all Detonate, detonating the bomb about a couple rounds in a row now. Mostly all of them, but right now the Bills have to figure something out here. They're not going to have the option to play around Galaxy's op, and it's going to be a very healthy buy from Detonate here. They invested in Apple, and now it's Tim Cook taking over, or whatever. I don't know when the Apple stock bloomed.
Tim Apple.
Yeah, Tim Apple.
Tim Apple. I fucking love that so much.
Dude, I'm gonna miss Tim Cook when he's gone, dude. Low key. I feel like he's
who's replacing him?
The guy who he's one of the guys who designed I think the MacBook Neo.
Okay.
So another hardware guy, but right now the Bills don't quite have the hardware to fight Banana. Never mind a crazy nade out of Nick. Ziddy and Dupe very low on HP, and they're pushing him. And are they working them playing close? Maybe not. Ziddy's up to the half-wall position here. He will be ready for the first player. Ready for the second. A steal. A nice double kill. And now Karn here's going to try and pick up the slack his team has given him by trying to push his pit here, and he will catch timing he needs. And Frisco goes down. And now it is Galaxy kind of isolated, but Manil here to help him out a little bit. And a very split take here, and Manil gets to go through the smoke, leaving just Tatum with the bomb alone in a clutch of Boiler.
Nearly impossible clutch to make. Tatum will slowly walk into this with his back turned. He'll get cleaned out by Galaxy. The control of this round was significant. It felt like FC Detonate made a lot of mistakes, and Bills were able to capitalize on it, especially like that push outside of apps. The player dropping down, giving a lot of space, sold out his teammate. He was completely isolated, completely out of position, goes down. It was perfect setup.
Let it be known, no team SCW does not win more than 4 rounds in a row on Bill on this map, so we'll have to see if that pattern continues. But some early util, Manil going for a peek in mid here, maybe a little more dangerous than intended, but that nade's going to give a little bit of space here. Barrel and Karn. Now able to be one-tap by the M4s, but it doesn't matter when Bill's at 4 AKs, but it's going to be... Oh, sorry, excuse me. Sorry, that's the Chow. It's going to be Nick's playing this mid here. I'm going to be right for the side. He actually has a nice flash. We'll give him the space to peek, and he will get traded out by Karn, as now this is open for the arch trap on FC Detonate.
Gives a little bit of space. Manil peeks the corner and does get the kill, and another player is pushed through. It's Duped, who's going to try and avenge his fallen comrade, but he's a little lost in smokes. Manages to get the kill onto Manil, but another player has also snuck his way through a smoke. It's on the corner of it, and the flank from Galaxy will start to close in the FC Detonate players. The Seal makes a swing, manages to get away with his life, and steals another kill out from FC Detonate. Ziddy crosses with his teammate.
Well, enough that smoke does give him a little bit of cover, but Frisco's going to go crazy here. He gets one, and that might just be enough. As now Ziddy in a 1v2 situation. Galaxy on the lane here. He's going to get volleyed into the peak, and he will not win the fight, actually. Ziddy down to 69 health. Nice. As now a Seal is on the clutch. The clutch and the... Well, one of the heavy hitters for Bills here is going to wonder why he's not gone for the bomb plan. He's actually going to take this really nice and slow, going all the way into long haul and apps. Let Ziddy really overthink this. But Ziddy, if he's playing 16-9, is going to see this not anymore. Now he's giving his back up to a Seal, who's simply just waiting for a plant at this point. And the plant will be gone for eventually. Just enough time to go for the plant here is a Seal. And he will see for the corner, and a nice execution by a Seal. Both of them playing so disciplined, but a Seal slightly more.
Good control, and honestly, that flank, I feel like you overthink it a little bit. It's a great idea. I mean, tapping the bomb, you don't see somebody run out of that smoke, though, for the first 5 seconds. You've got to kind of pivot your strategy. Maybe even take an idea of, he had a right idea of, okay, now this player, if this player hasn't revealed himself for the first 10 seconds, he's going to be coming from my side. But he didn't make the adjustment at the last minute there, and that's maybe as the pressure and nerves of the round progress.
Yeah, he didn't give him a lot of time, and if he did get peeked, did he just push into the play, and he's actually going to get taken out by Nick. Now he's getting 1-2 on the other side of the map, so, you know, the very last round of the half, the Bills might have just figured out how to stop this T side, but Duke getting killed back on the D, and another kill on the D. That's going to make it a little more interesting for him to worry about. The Galaxy's on the job, but right now it's on Frisco to not get killed by this alert by Farrell, and he actually will go down, and leaving Farrell in a 1v2 that he might have to pull off.
Good though, back right into Manil's adjustment. He feels like he should have gone straight to the A site, but that's information that we know, and he doesn't. He will start to walk through the smoke, but they might hear the information of 2 players up here. Farrell continues to walk it. He's got a minute off the clock. He doesn't want to overcook this. He doesn't want to undercook it either. So, gotta think about how he wants to take this round.
Another smoke by Manil is absolutely killer. Now, he's got to push through either a smoke or push through at 30 seconds left, and it looks like he might try and go for a little bit of a walkthrough, but given what he knows, this might be not the move to make, and Galaxy through this shoulder well before he gets out of that smoke. So Bills recovering it a bit at the end of the half. Maybe not the start they wanted, but it's especially going to a T side now.
Yeah, I did feel that it was a little there. The FC Detonate fell apart just a little bit at the end of that half. There was a lot of control handed back over to the Bills in those last 4 rounds, or last like 3 rounds-ish. Even the rounds that was kind of closer near the end, it did feel like FC Detonate sort of pivoted, and Bills were able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, we're to see the Bills going for a bit of a lighter start on their side here. Only a smoke flash and P250 on Galaxy. And what is this? FC Detonate is really pushing this mid pressure. Manila goes down instantly. And Nick here's going to hear all of this above him. We're going to see if he gets cleared, and he will get 1 kill before being shot in the back head by Farrell. So this is a very small map at the moment for the Bills. They're trapped in this all mid area because FC Detonate have gotten the mid control that they needed, and they're actually going to walk this back here. So that might be a lurk of a Seal here. Get a great value. 2, 3 kills.
Oh my God!
And Ziddy alone in pit is wondering, is calling on the radio, guys, where are you? Status report, but he's not going to get an answer as everyone is dead. And now it is it's on to Bills to close this.
Got in pit, but the bomb is going to his direction. It would be a terrible round to lose after a round defining 3K like that. Both players are sneaking onto the site and haven't cleared it. Haven't cleared pit at all. Ziddy's lined up both players. He will be able to kill the planner, and he will quickly be able to get the adjustment. Hits the first shot, hits the second, steals the round from Bills. FC Detonate taking 9.
That was absolutely gross. Pit was not even considered at all in that play. I think they overthought the fact that so many of them were in mid, that they had to put an anchor on B, but the anchor was in fact on A. So that's going to be something the Bills might not like. That gives FC a really good chance to close it from here, especially if they win this round.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was one really beautiful 3K into another really beautiful 2K clutch.
Yeah, and now you can see that's reflected a bit in the buy here. The Bills do get the buy because they did get a bomb plant, and FC Detonate have put everything into this round knowing that. But it's gonna be who can. Oh, that's a mistake. Adam got bumped by his teammate there. That's gonna be a bit of a dude. Why'd you do that in the chat here? Look like they're not stopping. So they're trying to get up to this banana. They're putting all the pressure, especially as Tatum just lost all of his teammates on the site. So he's got to solo this with an MP5, but he did start with that nade here and a molly. So he's really keeping this push back at bay.
Players on Bills after eating that grenade are going to be hesitant to take the site, especially when you're unsure about the amount of players. This control of putting Tatum back there as well might be for grabbing nades that were thrown over by his teammate. He has a quick rotate in arch as well.
He's like all of his util in like the first 30 seconds of the round. So if the Bills just wait, They might have a pretty open runway to this site if they want to take advantage of that, because you can see Detonate has not moved off of this double lane 1 pit setup, expecting maybe an apps play. So, a third
Why
smoke.
is Dupe just staring at Farrell's ass?
I don't know. Maybe he's just like a little. It's Pride Month. You never know. Maybe he's just feeling a
No,
little.
that's fair. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge. That's a good point.
Yeah, and they're all keeping together on this site here. Ziddy is going to run into Galaxy with a great flash to clear him out, but that Tatum has a third smoke, by the way, put up, and that's that infill is actually going to send Ziddy right back. Now the Builders have to move. They're moving on to the site here. Cannon goes down immediately before being traded, but and Ziddy going to go through the smoke on a seal. So this is not a good sign, but this will be a bomb plant potentially if it doesn't get denied here. You can see Manil's trying to give his brother as much cover as he can, but sorry, they weren't brothers. Nick was alive, but that's gonna be a bomb plant though. So I think, given all things considered, how that round started, Bills made off pretty well with that.
Brother from another mother.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. This is honestly, this entire series also is cool. Oh, not series, map is cool because it does give Bills a little bit of time to just practice. This is a scrim. Ultimately, it doesn't matter who they play against, as they've already locked in stage 2. But this gives you also a time to play against like a team like Detonate, which is kind of whooping Bill's ass. They would have either run into each other in playoffs of ESEA, or they ran into each other here. Better under this circumstances than around in map series that actually matters.
Now they're just running through his Molotov, no fear, especially as they do go 1-for-1 on the initial play. Farrell doing his best to fight a little bit, and his when the others arrive, it's going to be Frisco who got down first. He's going by 2, and he's going to top off with his A4, making it work. 4 and A4 is the amount of kills he potentially can around, and Seal goes down. So a bit of just a play up mid, probably just getting it over with. They get the guns now.
Yeah, I even feel there was a little bit of a mistake on the Arch player by solo peeking into him, one player at a time. If they just kind of grouped up, Frisco kind of went first, and then the other players joined him one at a time after. If they just grouped up and really barreled down that M4, or at least crossed together as a unit, there might have been a second chance to grab another weapon, but that is also fine micro. But an idea on where the Bills' mental is.
The micro goes a little bit better for this time, as those 2 nades force Ziddy into a fight that he didn't want to take as he goes down to Nick early. Nick takes a little bit of Yuto damage, and Karn takes one back, but maybe Steel and Karn played a bit of dodgeball there, or running catch, I suppose, but taking a little bit of damage. And they're in an interesting position. So Tatum is now forced off of this top banana, because he's solo, and he doesn't have any smokes to play interference. You can see actually actually that smoke won't matter. Manil goes down to Dupe. Dupe went down to Manil, and Karn killed a seal, but still a main advantage for the Bills as they converge on this A site.
Blake comes in, players pushing through lane. There's no one in apps, but they do manage the connection off shot onto Karn, but the player in Cold Zera has hit a kills. Manil fires back with 2, confirming the round. A good recovery out of the Bills, and it was over in an instant.
Yeah, so that was a nice play. I think Nick got a really good opening on that banana player, and then they kind of pivoted over to A at the right moment. It wasn't the right pivot, but it was the right amount of skill needed to just win the raw duels themselves. So that's good signs. The Bills are still shooting back.
That is true. That is true. They are managing to actually close the gap very slightly, and these rounds are still feeling very competitive. Also, their attack conversion was an important round to note. They did secure it, but with that pistol round slightly going in the, well, it did go in the favor of FC Detonate, but it being very close added a lot of questions.
Another good start. Frisco and Nick killing Ziddy on the banana entry, and you can see Tandem here only has the smoke. Defendant, that doesn't even matter. He's actually going to double. Ooh. Never mind. The double swing goes terribly. Frisco and Nick go down after finding the early entry, and you can see Farrell's already rotated to help reinforce his beleaguered B site. Right now, he can have a full build of Yuto that can replenish all this utility, especially as it looks like he's going to trade some grenades over here and leave. So once again, the Bills might be caught in the same situation as that other round where Tatum just kind of kept them off B the whole round. And we'll have to see if Bills follow that same trap again.
They've done a good job at playing it safe, and then they've just exec'd right as the players have backed off the site, and they will run through the smoke. Manilgo gets clipped by Tatum, who's put 3 into the round so far, but he will retreat over into Church, giving a bit of a space and allowing that bomb to go down. It's a 2v4. It's a tall task to ask, but will the Bills be up to take it on?
Luckily for them, this is like not a bad situation to be in because B-site is nothing but choke points, so they might be able, if they can isolate some of the fights, but given that FC Detonate is playing nicely here, they're making sure all the players are in position to go for this retake at once. This might be a bit tough, but it's up to Galaxy and a Seal, 2 heavy hitters, and Galaxy's actually not mauling off of New Box, so this is not going to go check. And it looks like Galaxy gets the first kill, unfortunately not able to get the next, and Feral and Tatum will close it. Tatum kind of flying in for a kill. 4 in the round, dude.
Yeah. That will put Detonate over onto match point, so it's going to be one hell of an uphill battle for the Bills, who need 7 in a row. Sorry. No, yeah, 7. Yeah. Math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rounds in a row to put us on overtime.
And they're going to have to work a little bit here. It might not... It's not the worst situation to be in. If they can get this round nicely, it's going to put the economy and FC9 bad. It's good to start. Galaxy takes down Dupe early, and that smoke is going to keep them back a little bit. But they did get the first entry, so realistically, if Bills group up and take a site, they can just play trades and win the round off of that.
Very crucial kill. Karn going to break open the smoke for his teammate to go looking, but he won't find anything. The rabbit hunt unsuccessful. Barrel, though, does find a player over in Boiler, and a swing out will mean he gets traded, but another player under Manil with a brutal shot to the head. 2 players out of position over on B. This round looks done.
And that's what I was talking about. The Bills just group up and take the site. It didn't matter that one of them died early. They can simply just play trades and win with the numbers every time. And now Tatum and Ziddy know how low the money is. So, and given that right now they have 0 loss bonus, this might actually be either a force or a save coming in from FC Detonate give off of this.
Yeah, there's not real much that they can do. Bills have done an excellent job to bite back, even though they've been against the wall. And as long as they can get these weapons out, which there's no reason that they can't, as long as Detonate doesn't peek out at the last second. It also makes sense not to hunt for this.
He's just going to activate like his Omenal and teleport to the site. That's what's going to happen. You know.
The last second.
Yeah. But luckily, this is not Valorant. This is actually a real man's game. Bill's going to save. I've seen Manil do... Manil did that like 5 rounds in a row on T-side, by the way. Like just randomly spamming the top banana thing. One round he didn't. Somebody was actually there and killed him when they were playing.
That's painful. Oh my god.
So just a little fun fact. And you see, this is gonna be the force coming after Denny. They want to finish this early, and they have all the guns they could possibly want, especially because Tatum and Ziddy saved, so they could be dropping some rifles here. And you see, they're going to start 3A this time. I think that's actually a setup they kind of were doing. But right now, it's actually very just solo Tatum, and he's already running away. And it looks like they're going to force him to just kind of camp on the site. He's got all the utility to defend by himself. And right now, this is anticipation of some kind of A play out of the Bills here. You can see they are pushed up. That is Karn with the MP7 playing close with the M4. So, Bills, if they just went A right now, or B right now. Oh, slow reaction by Seal, sleep at the wheel, but Manil to trade. It will be ready for Dupe, that's going to push through right after him. His position is kind of known here, and you just see. Oh, nice swap! Dupe just got pulled a fast one on Manil, and now the remaining 3 Bills players, they do have a bit of a access into B here. They just got to push through this smoke. And there will only be 1 player in the form of Tatum, but Tatum has shown that he can simply be good for 1+ every round.
He will get smoked off, and that signals the Bills to push through the smoke. It's a good denial, but it's a spam from Tatum. The Fisher College prodigy does manage to connect the shot. Frisco pushes around, though. Wants to extend their advantage, but he might get caught out as well as Farrell does come in. He turned on it crazy with Farrell going down. It's a 2v3 for the site, for the game, to keep things alive.
A nice time in the smoke. Keeping all 3 players behind the CT smoke are the Bills. Frisco looking for the bomb. He will grab it. He's going to smoke himself off. Good play, and that nade did a little bit of damage to him, but he will get the bomb in one way or another. This retake is live. Frisco going to peek out. He's gonna get pushed in very nicely. Get a 2. Good for 2. And now it's up to Dupe to close the round. And Galaxy gets dinked, but gets a kill on Dupe.
That is a round that slips through FC Detonate's fingers. It felt like it was done and dusted. It was over, and Bills claw onto that round, keeping their streak and comeback alive.
Yeah, it is now 5 more if they want to even extend play, but it's going to be a tough one. Actually, this might not be a tough one because it looks like FC Detonate are down on the pistols here. Only Tanner with 1 smoke, so he can't continue his reign of terror of Eagle Fervor back. I don't think I put supposed to land there. I'm not going to lie. That's a funny one here. We're in North America. People are using their smokes. They can miss. We get 1 God-given NA smoke per game here, but a Seal here will get a God-given peek, and he actually loses it, Dupe, on the cheek. That's not a great start. Not even traded. Dupe gets a getaway for free. What was that play? I think they solid boost. That need to do a little more damage. Little chip damage is always bad against these pistols, especially with the smoke, and he gets peeked. That's not good for him. Karn is gonna try and get the trade here into the Neil, and he actually will. That's gonna be another player going down on the Bill side.
This is painful. Even if Bills survive this, they're going to be beaten, battered into the next one. Now they're able to take a little bit of control at the top of Banana, but they've got 3 pistols to contend with, and 2 players are severely low. The only player with the HP is Galaxy, and they haven't made the switch. No Bogdan Law in. So their entries are going to be battered and beaten themselves.
And Molly does not go to the hot zone. And will be a 1-for-1 with the C, and oh
no,
makes this into a 1v3 for Galaxy. Look at the first kill. Will he be ready for the second player? And he, not quite. He's so low on HP. Did he turn his back to fight? This is such a crazy fight. He gets the reload off of Galaxy, runs him down, and it's going to be, Galaxy sees the last player. He's going to go for this bomb flank. Karn with an AK-47. No utility. He has a flashbang. He's going to flash into the site, and Galaxy playing in this founding position. That smoke is going to give him a little bit of space to work with, and Galaxy through the smoke barely gets the round for the Bills.
Just barely limping out of there, and they have enough money to buy into the next one, but that's plenty of money given to FC Detonate to be able to reinvest. With 5 Ts going down, there's an additional $50 per player, so $250 handed into each of their pockets.
So the Bills win, but just barely. But that's maybe that's how ecos go sometimes. Just kind of. Those are always close for some reason, but hopefully the gun round isn't as close. Those nades are going to keep Tatum and Zitty off of this early Banana aggro here. And so much fire went there. Now, basically 3 XQs worth of util get committed to this just to get the space, and FC Dead are happy to concede that. Steel holding this push again right now with the Bills. They got Banana, and they're working on apps, and right now the round's kind of their oyster. Dead ain't happy to give them all the space.
Set up for really nothing here is Bills. Nothing's been given over to them, and they've done a good job to maintain that control. Seal keeps getting pushed off by some utility, and there's a minute on the clock, but FC Detonate are burning through it. Karn is really the only player. Karn and Tatum, both split up from sites, have only 1 smoke remaining each. Dupe does have his additional. But on the other hand, it does feel like Bills are burning through a little bit of utility on their own.
Yeah, not a lot of, they have enough to do the execute if they wanted, but I think right now they're trying to do some kind of pressure, make Detonate do some kind of reaction play that isn't just toss another smoke onto Banana. So, looks like they will get some back. The Longhouse smoke gets deployed, and there's actually going to be the lurk there. I think they've successfully drained almost all the util away. That Molly is the last thing that Detonate had, and this worker play from a Seal will go. I think the builder ready for this play, and it's going to be another bit of a dicey one. We're into a 3-on-3 very quickly. Bomb is down, and the bomb has to actually get planted soon, and the bomb does get planted in a 3-on-3 retake.
Stable positioning. Frisco backs off to the site, and each player takes up their own anti-retake position. Farrell sitting on the outside of that smoke, and all of the FC Detonate players are hesitant, taking their time on this retake. Galaxy could be the first person to draw blood, and he will, but it's not a kill. Karn now holding off Coffins, will get his head removed. A free haircut as Galaxy reconnects another shot at the Farrell. Dupe just the left one left, and he will not close it. Bills take a 9th. putting themselves 3 rounds away from overtime.
They are really making these rounds close. Whether intentionally or not, they are getting onto this B site and they are holding it. Tanum and Ziddy haven't found the answer that they needed that got them a couple of the early rounds there. But right now, it's another eco round for FC Detonate, so hopefully another breather for the Bills.
Well, last time we watched an eco round, it was certainly not a breather. It was actually more of a heart stopper than the buy round.
And look at
So
this.
they'll have to hear that.
Yeah, look at Detonate go for the all A setup. They're expecting Bills to make an A play at some point. Manil's done a little bit of lurking, and especially behind this up for misfield. I'm like pretty sure I overheard somebody call this the Fnatic smoke, but I'm just even more reference to 2014, I suppose. But right now they're gonna sit up behind it, and the Bills just walk up on a B. It is a free site, and maybe the lack of block smokes is gonna be a sign, but maybe if not, it's gonna be a steal. So I don't think that's supposed to go there. Karn messing that one up. Manil and a seal are on the site, so right now all they have to do is keep these players here, and they're actually going to try and do some kind of mid play here. That's going to be so much intel for the Bills at the moment, and that's going to be a free site. Mama goes down, but unfortunately a seal gets run down in after the 5-7, and is just Manil, who will get a kill on the lurk here, is going to try and maybe play a little bit of interference, but right now it is just him and Ziddy dueling with the AKs. Dupe here maybe looked up fast further than Frisco thought. He's got to get his gun out if he wants to win the fight. He will get the first kill on the P50, not able to pulling through, and Ziddy getting killed on Manil. So suddenly we're in a 2-on-3 retake once again.
2v2 for the game on the B site. Deja vu. Ziddy actually almost saves just for a second. They say, hell, let's go for it.
I think that
potentially they might just play exits actually.
Yeah, keeping Bills on the site and having them die to bomb is so damaging to the economy. I think if Galaxy can't get out of this op, they will not be getting an op in the next round. And Tanner here will take the first pick, kicking out Nick, and his Galaxy takes so much damage and actually goes down himself. So that was honestly pretty successful for Detonate. Good ego, gunman with 3 AKs as well.
Now this means Bills do not have an economy advantage to rely on. FC Detonate will be able to force buy into the very last round should Bills take this and put it on to overtime. Also, to look at the stats and give a little bit of information, Nick is struggling here while Manil and Galaxy are pulling their weight in gold. So those are the 2 players to watch out if they can find their impact in the rounds. Surely able to convert it.
And you want to look for a little more impact out of the steal here. He has been getting lurks on good timing, but he hasn't quite been able to convert them on the right kills. And that's going to be reflected here in the moment as Dupe has the op actually. I don't know if he's the op for this team, but he might get jump spot. He will take a shot, and that's going to get a play into Banana. And he's
a little bit of a schizo flick.
Yeah, I know. That flick was nowhere on the right spot. But he's going to get back on the angle here, and the Bills actually have taken up brackets here, so I think they might have, like, big-brained this, because now they have to play the op on the B side after hitting it so many times, and now they're actually creeping up for some kind of A-take here, so the CT's best weapon will not be in play for this execute. Pretty interesting why. I think Auto Director just really loves Dupe right now. We're really seeing the action here as Karn goes low. Working this side of the map here. So much util is going out at the moment, and it looks like bit of a play is coming in. Tanum in mini pit. Pharaoh takes Galaxy down immediately, and it's going to be the Bills kind of being scared off of this play here, and they're going to right back to the B site, and this plays right into Detonate's hand. Dupe with the op here is holding on the new box position here. Seal's going to run a little bit of a lurk play again, but you know what to find, this might be too little, too late. That smoke going down the perfect time, and Dupe missing a shot actually. He will get a kill somehow off flash, and they get a second kill, and this round is basically over. It is just a Seal left alone, low HP. He will try his best to do it, but against the library player, it will not be enough, and he does go down, and the Bills lose 13-10 against FC Detonate.
That is a brutal way to close it. The Bills clawing back, but showing that they do have a little bit of tenacity in them still. So while they may lose the battle, and they may have lost the war as well, they are at least given a little bit of a trophy to take home with them.
Yeah, and this is, like you said, more of like basically just kind of like a glorified scrim. Like obviously seeding might matter in the future, but in reality they're not out, so they don't have to be super torn up about this one going the way of the of FC Detonate.
GG, well played.
Yeah.
They heard me talking shit about Detonate.
Yeah. And just want to point out, like I said, we're looking for like, despite Manila and Steel looks like they're gonna top the facer rating here, but maybe like you almost have to wonder if some of Steel's lurks worked out a little better. It's a little smoother for them. I don't know if you can see on my screen they have so many people in their chat right now.
Oh my god.
That's they're between Lothi and Jacob and Frisco, so it's like a full party in there. But yeah, no. So they will not be playing tonight. FC Detonate moves on to play Overtake. Overtake was the number 1 team in the main regular season, so maybe not. We'll have to see if they can continue that momentum for themselves there. But I just want to point out, it's just really funny that this is a double elimination team bracket with 4 teams in it. So it's gonna be wait.
The grand final of the winners tiebreaker group.
Wait. There's no lower bracket final. It says winner of upper
Winner
bracket.
of lower bracket.
Who's gonna
go to lower bracket?
Who's
Detonate? Wait, and then go to grand final?
Wait,
match.
Wait, this is.
Sorry. Do they just rematch? Is this a BO2?
BO2 game in my tiebreaker grand final. Well, This was a silly tournament. The Bills they'll have a better time when they have to actually play in the real grand finals or in the real stage 2 of the Nostalgia League, and we will see them in stage 2 of Nostalgia League. They're gonna have to focus up if they want to find some good results after unfortunately losing in the main playoffs. But I believe in them. I think they can figure it out. This anything should be just they should know that they got some days off to work this out and. Just really ready up for stage 2, which will probably have maybe some stiffer competition compared to what they've been playing so far.
They got free information.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's not like that?
Yeah, and now they get to watch. Raymer gets to get more juicy demos to use in Skybox and really figure out some tendencies. Maybe that was a reason why they kept going B so much. Like they knew eventually, okay, so if we do this many rounds in a row on B, they're just gonna put an op there eventually, and we go A. But maybe it didn't quite so work out the way they expected. But regardless, that's going to be the match for tonight. Unfortunately, like we said, the Bills not quite able to pull it out against FC Detonate, but that's no reason to be sad. They are currently flawless in the playoffs right now, set to be probably a team hitting the ESEA season finals unless something terribly goes wrong for them. So, anything left you want to say, Aiden?
GG well played.
Yeah, and GG well played indeed. Thank you all for joining us for tonight. Tomorrow night, I think someone's... Wait. No, NXG's next game isn't until Thursday, right?
Probably.
Probably. I don't know. Look, they really need some... Even so, they need a day of rest after the match they played tonight. It was a very, very tough match. Very close. But, like I said, if you, for any reason in the chat, want your game casted for the low price of $1, be sure to check out Aiden on kick.com/$castclub. And then I'll be back next time the Bills play, which will be in stage 2 of the Nostalgia League Conference. And with that, thank you all for joining, and we'll see you guys next time.
Good night.